Hello, this is Doffelheim, and welcome whoever is watching to some more Hereos 4. And last time we finished the Elven and Shira campaign, and I have to say, I think this one, and this one have been my favorites so far. Or I like them all in different ways, but this one and this one. Yeah, they are so good, every one of them. But these three, for now, I think they're the best written ones. But now we will jump into the fifth one, Half Dead.
Can you go years without talking to another human being? What about untold months, snatching your meals from the forest floor and sleeping in muddy pits? Sanity is a spider clinging to a fluttering thread of web, unaware of the fingers reaching for it, catching it, plopping it in my mouth.
Well, that's a very grim tone. Wow. Let's see now. Goldoff lost everything when Goldoff lost everything when the world was destroyed, including most of his humanity. After a powerful spell was after a powerful spell goes wrong, it leaves Goldoff to a state of constant contradiction. Half of his body is living while the other half is dead. As necessity forces Goldoff to carve out a small portion of this new world for himself, his destiny becomes intervened when that of a malevolent being from another realm determined to bring an end to all life in the universe, right? Alone in this new world for years, Goldoff has lived like an animal in the wilderness. When some farmers catch him and try to burn him at the stake, Goldoff barely escapes into the forest. Soon rage and fear give birth to a new sense of purpose. Goldoff raises a small army of his own and embarks on a quest for knowledge as well as revenge. Alright. Capture Vitros. Lose goal with victor conditions. Lose condition. Lose Goldoff half dead. Alright. Advanced game. Goldoff and all his spells. He can reach level 12. Alright, text. They call me the Ghoul and Eater of Children as they tied me to the stake. That last nickname was almost amusing. To this day, I still have not tasted human flesh or blood either. The part of me that still requires sustenance hungers for what normal people eat: a juicy piece of beef or perhaps some salmon. Sorry, it shouldn't pronounce that. Salmon grilled over a wooden fire. The rest of me, the undead half, hungers for nothing. That half is empty. Half is empty. Half. It's more British pronounced. That half is empty. Half. That half is empty. Anyway, but the truth didn't stop the people of Vitros from trying to kill me. I had wandered too close to a farmer's cottage looking for chicken eggs. Ever since the reckoning, I have lived like an animal hiding in the wilderness. I ate raw bugs and rats, and my one delicacy when I could find it was soaking the yolk from a robin's egg. I was a creature that lurked in the night. The slightest noise sent me running back to whatever hole I slept in. On that particular night, I must have been distracted by my hunger because I didn't hear someone approaching until it was too late. I was in the coop shipping holes in the eggs with my long fingernails when I finally heard something. So I grabbed a couple of chickens, twisted their necks so they wouldn't alert anyone to my presence, and stepped outside to find myself already surrounded. There were perhaps a dozen of them, all armed with farm tools. I tried to run when a pitchfork pierced my right shoulder. They quickly pinned me to the ground, clubbed and kicked at my body. The worst part of it all came at the end when someone ripped the chickens from my grasp. "Ghoul!" they shouted at me. With my arms and legs bound, I was dragged for several miles behind a wagon to the town of Witros, which had a small garrison to support the expansion of Great Arkan's eastern border. As you can expect, they immediately tied me to a stake and piled bundles of dry wood around my feet. That's when I began to shake with fear. Fire. I had reason to fear it. A fire was responsible for my half-dead condition. I still remember the incredible searing pain, the indescribable agony that bites down to my soul. My fear gave me strength. As the officer in his polished armor strode out before the crowd with the torch in hand, I began to struggle against my bonds. "In the name of Queen Amelia Nighthaven and Great Arkan, I put you to everlasting death, creature," the pompous officers had said. "I am innocent," I shouted. "I only killed a couple of chickens." "He's the one who ate my son," someone screamed. So anyone's brat had gone missing and I was to be blamed for it? Just my luck. "Burn him," others yelled. The officer stepped forward and lowered the torch to the kindling. "Your kind is never innocent," the officer said. By the time the first waft of smoke hit my nostrils, I felt the skin of my dead right hand come loose, just enough for me to slip free of my bonds. It had been years since I cast a spell, but my life depended on it. I raised my hands over my head and muttered the words of magic as it had only been a few hours. I guess you never really forget. I jumped over the burning sticks and fled, knowing that my spell would send an unearthly chill into my muscles of everyone present, slowing their movement enough for me to escape. I ran as I had done since the reckoning, since my master died. I ran. My experience of Witros reminded me that civilization just meant death for me, so I stayed away. I fled deep into the wild forest with no goal in mind except to put as much distance between the fire and myself as possible. I don't even know how long or how far I ran. Over the years I've learned it is best not to think. I was an animal. As long as I kept reminding myself that I was just an animal, surviving was easier. I kept to the woods mostly. A few nights later I came upon a field of gravestones, a graveyard. The sky was clear, the moon a white silver. I walked around the dozen or so tombstones, reading the names and dates aloud. Most had been related and all died within a few years of each other, mothers, fathers, children. This was how the new world welcomed us, with pain and death. I sat on the grass and pressed the living side of my face against the cool surface of one of the markers. My first childhood memory is of a crypt, the musky smell of earth, the silent darkness, the vampire who kept me alive to feed on my young blood. I have come full circle, I said aloud. Why, of all the places I could stumble upon, had I came here? Was it fate? No, I don't believe in fate. Our future is what we make it. What we make it. Perhaps the universe has something in mind. Standing, I felt a power building within me. It was born from my inner rage I felt for the people of Witros, and for everyone who had tried to kill me just because I'm because of my half-dead form, and even for the vampire who kept me locked for so long in his crypt like a chicken in a coop. I dropped to my knees and squeezed my fingers into the damp earth. I could feel the rotting body sleeping beneath the ground. My body quivered as the magical energy flowed down my arms and threw my fingers into the cold dirt. I knew at that moment that I had survived all these years, all these hours, for this moment. The universe had a use for us. That night beneath the crescent moon, I was truly reborn. I am Goldolf, half dead. All right. It was a lot to take in here. All right. Stepping out. So here we have Goldolf, half dead. All right. And nature magic. Interesting. Let's take the stone first. And some XP maybe. Sure. Necromancy. Let's say being gives the hero ability to raise number of skeletons equal to strength. Okay. Yeah, why not? Alright, so Gorsh, a barbarian settlement. My will to live is strong. How else could I have survived a childhood in a bloodsucker's crypt, and even these years of solitude? The reckoning destroyed nations, armies, and even ancient societies like the necromantic order. But I survived. My master, Calibar. I remember that name, Calibar. Told me once that he had seen a power within me that couldn't be wasted. But Loscant, the vampire who kept me for his own, wouldn't release me even when Calibar offered him 10 young children as a replacement. Since Loscan was a member of the since Loscan was a member of the necromantic order, Calibar's hands were tied. He couldn't force Loscan to turn me over, as he arranged for a holy crusader to learn the location of the vampire's crypt. That was the end of Loscan. I owed Calibar my life, but in the end I failed to return the favor. During the first hour of the reckoning, I returned to the necromantic order's secret library to find it on fire. Calibar lived within. I tried to find him, but the fire was too great. Naked and with burns that would soon claim my life, I opened a scroll that was far beyond my power. I was dying. I could feel my scorched lungs slowing, unable to take another breath. So I read the words on the ancient parchment. It was my last chance. I lived, of course. At last, part of me was still alive. The rest was undead. I had a foot in both worlds now, living and dead, but I didn't feel part of either. Right? Can I even take this? Maybe. Well, that hurts. Ow. Why is this so hard? Wow. Whoever told you how much the computer is cheating? Wow. A fucking sword. My army has grown large enough that My army has grown large enough that it has drawn the attention of a druid who claims to be the protector of this forest. The man, Alas, issued me a warning today, delivered by a sprite who flew away before I could integrate it. Hala's letter pointed out several times that my troops and I were insulting against nature and that we should be destroyed. He stated that if I choose to stay, he would hunt us down and kill us all. Normally I would have nothing to do with the man, but he is between Witteras and me. Phew. Right, I don't think I can take this down. Doesn't seem so. Wow, this is a very small map. Oh, sorry. What is your name again? Gold of dead. There we go. Oh, this is annoying. Well, we took the town. And we got a town. I mean, it's something. Wow. This was not exactly what I expected, but hey. I usually march my undead army at night because they had an advantage over most creatures when it was dark. Despite our mastery over the night, we were still caught unaware as a band of bandits rode down on us with torches in their hands. They immediately shouted to their leader, offering him a bribe. Thankfully, you can always count on the greed of a thief. Alone, I met the man in the open field between our two armies. You say you got gold, the rogue leader asked. Yes, I give every man 100 gold to walk away. The man leaned close enough that I could smell the onion on his breath and said, "What if I do the world a favor and kill you all? Then I can take the gold for myself." It would be hard to enjoy it, because if you give that order, I'm going to break your neck. The rogue laughed. Obviously, my thin frame didn't impress him much, but there was something about my undead half that this rogue didn't know. I reached up with my dead right arm and grabbed his wrist. With a simple twist, I broke the frog's arm. After that, I only had a few seconds before his companions attacked. So I dragged the leader from his horse and closed my right hand around his neck. My undead flesh is far stronger than it appears, I whispered as I crushed the bandit leader's neck and dropped his limp body to the ground. Then the battle began. Oh, for fuck's sake. You really want to get necromancy up? I can't go that way. Damn, it's a close area. Can we go this way then? Nope. Right. Sometimes I ask myself what Master Calibar would do in my situation, but all my master's actions were part of his plan to one day seize control of the necromantic order. I know from personal experience that he also had a strong sense of vengeance. Whenever someone crossed him, he usually had me slip poison in their wine or a dagger between their ribs. So I have turned my eyes toward Witros. I realize that I can't get back at everyone who has threatened me over the years. That kind of goal would only end in my own destruction, I'm sure. I wasn't looking for a war, just revenge. Yes, I would be It would be sweet to turn that officer and all those farmers into zombies. Yeah, probably. We may be able to take those. Or not. Back off a bit. Okay, maybe that, not that much. Defend. Oh, you're dead. Never mind. And you will... Yeah, they will butcher you. Wow. Maybe now? I don't know. Well, we took them down. We got some skeletons back. I don't think they will join me. To be honest. Nope. Yeah, this feels like a very slow map. And that would be a nice one. And also advanced necromancy. No ghost, vampires. Several now. Give the autonomic equal to strength, blah blah blah. Also, the hero can create one on the creature who slain enemy. The mechanical and elemental creature cannot be raised. Alright. Played for half an hour. I do want to continue, but I hate when they are so slow in the beginning. Ugh. Wow. Well, at least I'm not offering up my undead army. Ow. Bitch. Well, that went totally okay. Yeah, that's right, I can't raise undeads. Which I understand completely. But it would be cheating. It says several, so that will be annoying. No. Ah. So what's the fucking goal? Capture Witros? Yeah. Right. Sure. Me and what fucking army? Dozens. Yeah. It feels very annoying here. Like we can do nothing. Yeah, we will only die here. Actually, I think we're gonna put the cut in here. I'm too tired to get excited here and trying to know what to do to get through it. But sorry, but yeah, I need more energy to get through that one. I have played through the Elven and Shira campaign, and it's a lot of playing Hereos IV now, so I have to settle it down a bit. But with that said, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, and like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and I will be back in the next video. That's all. Take care. Doffelheim out.